I'm the Deputy Commissioner of the Data Protection Commission, as you know, but I also hold another hat within the government, and that is looking after data policy and also AI governance policy nationally as part of the Infocom Media Development Authority, and that's also the Broadcasting and Telecom Authority in Singapore. And it's been really interesting playing these two roles, especially in the last year with the advent of generative AI, because we've really seen that there is that sort of horizontal nexus between AI policy and data policy, and you really do need good data to do good AI. And so our approach has been to build a trusted ecosystem, and that trusted ecosystem is not at odds with innovation. It's in fact critical to create a system of innovation that serves as a core for harnessing AI for the public good. So I'll just quickly share first our regulatory approach and then 3 initiatives that we've done. Our regulatory approach is maybe a little bit more similar to the US, which is that we're not having a horizontal law just yet. But we have been doing a lot of horizontal sort of governance guidelines and best practices and issuing detailed documents for companies to give them a sense of where the appropriate guardrails should be. So for example, we did a model governance framework. We actually did one for non-generative AI in 2019, and we updated that just this year. We also built 2 sets of technical tools, which are all open source. This is the AI Verify open source tool that companies can then take and use and test their own AI systems for fairness, explainability, and robustness, and also test their Gen AI systems against known benchmarks. But the other thing we do, and this will lead to my second innovation, is we work very closely with the sectors, because especially in Singapore, there's a lot of AI applications within the sectors, healthcare, finance. And so what we do is work very closely with the sector regulators to review and strengthen their sectoral laws. And that leads me to our regulators roundtable, which we lead, where there are 2 groups, I would say, of agencies that are involved. One is a group of specialized agencies, including our Intellectual Property Office, our Competition Authority, our Cybersecurity Agency. They are involved in having conversations on these specialized issues, of which when I attend, I wear my data protection hat to bring the privacy perspective in. But there are also user agencies. Our defense agency that obviously uses a lot of AI in sort of defense systems. Our health authority, and there's a big sort of discussion that we will also have in this conference on healthcare and AI. And the Ministry of Manpower as well, that looks at the deployment of AI in recruitment systems. So we have and broker that conversation between specialized topics as well as user agencies, and then we look at the sectoral laws to see how they can be integrated together. And I just wanted to call out maybe 2 sort of issues that we've seen in this discourse. One is on coordination, and I'll be the first to say it's not easy to coordinate between so many agencies on so many issues, and this has been a lesson for us as agencies and in government, dealing with such a cross-cutting and fast-evolving technology. And the second is on competence and expertise. We've had to hire I'm a lawyer by training, and I've never had to learn so much technology in my life, and it's not been enough. So we've had to tap on the expertise of our engineers. We've had to hire them in-house into my own team, but also tap on the expertise of system integrators and computer scientists and AI scientists in our research institutions as well, in order to gain the necessary expertise to do this work. We've also had to tap on industry, and here I'll mention the AI Verify Foundation, which is an open source foundation that we launched to bring industry into conversation with us. We started off 6 months or a year ago now with 60 companies. Now we have 120, going to up to 140 companies. And these are companies from East and West, because we thought that it was quite important at the sort of company track 2 level to have that conversation globally, internationally, about where AI safety and AI governance can go. And just the last bit before I end is some work that we've been doing internationally. Singapore is a very small place, and a lot of our work and our companies are regional-facing, international-facing. So we spearheaded the ASEAN AI Ethics and Governance Guide. ASEAN is an association of about 10 countries in the Southeast Asian region. And that guide has been quite useful and instructive for our ASEAN counterparts who may not be as far along on the AI journey, where we talk more about infrastructure and access and education, because those are conversations that are quite important in the Global South. We also talk about cultural representation, because sometimes that conversation is not enough had. And lastly, we sort of lead the digital chapter on the Forum of Small States. So we're actually working with Rwanda on a guide for small states, a playbook for small states, to kind of help other countries on that journey as well.